Hello, myself Niharika Bajpayee and today's topic is dispersion of light through prism. So, what is dispersion of light? When white light is passed through a glass prism, it splits into its spectrum of colors in order: velvet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. And this process of white light splitting into its constituent colors is termed as dispersion. The easiest way to explain dispersion is through dispersion in the prism. So now we are going to study reflection of light through prism. How is light reflected through a glass prism? When light travels from one medium to another, the speed of its propagation changes. As a result, it bends or is reflected. Now, when light passes through a prism, it is reflected towards the base of the triangle. The different colors in the spectrum of light have different wavelengths. Therefore, the speed with which they all bend varies depending on this wavelength. Where velvet bends the most, having the shortest wavelength, and red bends the least, having the longest wavelength. Because of this, the dispersion of white light into its spectrum of colors takes place when reflected through a prism. This is the diagram, you can see. Visible light spectrum. Why does light split into its spectrum of colors in a prism but not in a glass slab? Actually, light does disperse into its spectrum of colors in glass slab as well. We can see this if we observe it in a particular way. Before we proceed, you should know something about reflective indices. They aren't constant. They vary with the frequency of light and hence the wavelength. Now, for white light to pass through a glass slab or a glass prism, it is reflected not once but twice. It first travels from air to glass and then from glass to air. At the first instance of reflection, it slows down, and at the second it speeds upright. So what happened in a glass slab? Do you know? All the light rays slow down and speed up at the same rate because both the surfaces are parallel, and hence to an observer it would be seen as if white light has entered and left the slab. But the case is different in a prism. The surfaces aren't parallel to each other, and so the light rays emerging out of the prism finally follow the path that is different from each other. given a dispersed refract. So now we are going to learn about prism experiment, which is done by Newton. Newton was the first to conduct this experiment on passing light through a prism. He let sunlight pass through a prism, expecting to see the white light on the screen placed at the other side, but instead he saw the spectrum of light after dispersion. He had a small hunch regarding the significance here, but decided to do something else here to confirm it. By controlling the size of the inlet, he allowed only one color, therefore only one wavelength of light. One color of light to pass through the prism. The ray of the light was reflected and didn't undergo any further dispersion. Therefore, he realized that different color of spectrum of light bend differently as they have different wavelengths. He made the observation that velvet bent the most and red the least because of their shorter and longer wavelengths respectively. So in this video, firstly we learn about what is dispersion of light with the help of diagram. Secondly, we learn about reflection of light through prism with the help of diagram as well as one question. Third, we learn about visible light spectrum. Then fourth, we learn about prism experiment which is done by Newton. So if you enjoy the video, please do like, share the video, subscribe to my channel and comment below how is this video, how much you learn from this video. Because in this video we learn all the things very clearly with the help of some questions. We also saw the diagrams. Okay. So bye bye. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.